Yo, what's up guys? Yo, this is my first video and I just wanted to talk about one of my favorite animes. I don't know about you guys, but I'm obsessed with the anime One Piece. It's just so amazing. I used to watch it when I was younger, but you know, I live in the United States. It wasn't that interesting to me. Because the 4Kids version, I used to watch 4Kids and like WB Kids and all that type of stuff when I was little. You know, I'm 20 years old, so when I was little, that was what was popular. I used to watch like Sonic X and Kirby Right Back at Ya, Yu-Gi-Oh, Pokemon, all those types of shows. But the one anime that I was really interested in was One Piece, and it was really like, it was a cool idea and everything, but it was hard to get into, and I'm sorry, man. Like the voice acting was just so bad. Honestly, it was just terrible. And as I got older, I started going to libraries and I started reading manga. And I kind of got back into One Piece, but not really. Then as I got older, I stopped watching the anime until this past year. I started getting back into anime, and I watched all of the pre-time script, right? And then I ended up getting so obsessed with the Funimation dub because it reminded me of my favorite anime of all time, and that's Dragon Ball. When I was little, that's what I grew up with. I grew up with Dragon Ball. I was obsessed with it. I watched Dragon Ball, Dragon Ball Z, Dragon Ball GT. I didn't really like it that much, but I watched that in the movies. I didn't watch Kai or anything like that, but yeah, I was so obsessed with those. Like, I used to watch them all the time. Right when it came to the West, it was such a big thing. It's starting to get popular now. I don't understand why. Like Super, yeah, I understand, but I see people are getting into like Dragon Ball Z. But like, dude, Dragon Ball Z is like what, like 30 years old, dude. I don't know, but yeah. So as I caught up with the anime, I finished the pre-time skip, right? And I watched it on Funimation, and Funimation's behind on the dub. They only have the Fishman Island arc post time skip. So after that, it's all Japanese, right? So I have no choice. I'm so obsessed with this anime. I like it to death. You know, I love the death. So I started watching the Japanese version, and it's just, dude, it's just so much better. I don't know. Like, I try to get back to watching the dub. Like, I'll watch like clips of the dub and stuff, and I'm just like, dude, like, I just don't understand. I don't know. It's just the American voices. They just don't really sound that good to me. I don't know why. Like, I used to love Luffy's voice, but like now I just can't stand it. Like, his voice is so hard to take him seriously now. I can't take the guy seriously for the life of me. Like the Japanese voices fit them so much more. Like, I used to be mad when people, like, in comments, like, I'll see people like disrespecting the dub and stuff. But like, dude, once you watch the Japanese version, it's just so much better. But the one thing that I hate about the Japanese version is the fact that it's hard to stay engaged because, you know, I don't speak Japanese. You know, I'm learning how to speak Japanese, but it's hard to stay engaged because, one, you have to read. You can't really understand what they're saying, and two, it's kind of hard to, like, you know, read emotions and you know, all that type of stuff in your native language. It's not my native language, so it's kind of hard to stay focused at times. You can still, you know, get the story and everything, but it's just, you know, it's not as entertaining as hearing it in your own language. Like, no matter how bad it may be, like a dub version in your language may be, but you might enjoy it more because it's in your native language. But anyway, I don't know why I'm even talking about that. I want to talk about something that I saw on forums, on like Reddit and stuff, and it's about like the strongest non-devil fruit users, and the top three. People already know the top three. The top three, you know, you have like Mihawk, Garp, and Shanks in there, right? And I'm seeing people discussing that Mihawk is actually stronger than Shanks. Now, I don't believe that Mihawk is stronger than Shanks for multiple reasons. Now, remember, Mihawk, he's a warlord, right? He may be like the strongest warlord, but he's a warlord. Shanks is a Yonko, right? We know Shanks, not Shanks, we know Mihawk's abilities and everything. We don't know too much about Shanks other than the fact that he's a hockey god, right? Now, some people are saying, oh, well, Mihawk, he's the strongest swordsman of all time. But like I just said, Shanks isn't known to be a master swordsman, right? He's known to be a hockey god, right? And he has like a really powerful crew. Last time I checked, I never seen Mihawk with a crew. So I don't know. In a one-on-one, I don't know how it'll go. I honestly don't think that Mihawk will beat Shanks, honestly, dude, because Shanks is the one Yonko so far that seems like no one wants any business with him. It seems like everyone's like, no one wants to bother him, no one wants to fight that man, right? When he went to Marineford, he single-handedly stopped a war with his crew. Like, Mihawk was there, you know, causing trouble, whatever, you know, trying to help the Marines because it's his job. But when Shanks got there, dude fled. Dude was like, the Marines was trying to make him fight him. He's like, what the, no, I didn't sign up to fight Shanks. So like, honestly, I do not think that Mihawk is at all stronger than Shanks. I'm not saying that he can't, you know, handle him, because, you know, they are rivals after all. But to me, honestly, Shanks and Mihawk's, their situation are kind of similar, because they both have connections with Zoro and Luffy, you know, Straw Hats, two of the strongest Straw Hats, two of the top Straw Hats. But the thing that's different from Shanks and Mihawk is that Mihawk, no offense to his character and those that appreciate him, but as a warlord, so far we've seen warlords are not the strongest, right? Warlords so far are kind of like stepping stones for the Straw Hats. I'm sorry, they kind of are. And Mihawk, yeah, cool, he may be the greatest swordsman right now, but he's more of a stepping stone for Zoro. He really is, honestly. I don't think that Mihawk will be able to beat Shanks, because Zoro's going to be better than Shanks, better than Mihawk, and I don't think that Zoro will be able to beat Shanks, you know? Honestly, I don't think Mihawk is at all stronger than Shanks. And when Luffy fights Shanks, I don't even think that Luffy's gonna be able to beat Shanks, honestly, because we still don't even know what he's capable of. And the thing between difference from Shanks and Luffy's encounter and Zoro's and Mihawk's battle is gonna I feel like Zoro and Mihawk's battle will be like more to the death, but I feel like Zoro's gonna have the upper hand, and we're gonna see we might be able to see Zoro's true power in the Wano arc, but I feel like we're gonna see them fight more towards the death. But I feel like Zoro's gonna win, obviously, but I feel like he's gonna be more merciful, because, you know, Mihawk trained him when he was desperate, and Mihawk also spared his life. So I don't think it's gonna be like that. Shanks and Luffy, I do not think that they're gonna fight to the death. Shanks, he loves Luffy, he cares about him, he considers him a friend, and I also think that he wants to help him become king of the pirates. I think he's more so, he wants to test his strength. I feel like they're gonna have an all-out battle, but I feel like they're gonna, you know, it's gonna be kind of like Whitebeard and Gold Roger, or, you know, Shanks battles in general. You know, they just fight and whatever, and then they, you know, they drink or have a banquet afterwards. So I think it's gonna be like that. But my opinion, I really don't think that Mihawk is stronger than Shanks. I do think that he's one of the strongest non-devil fruit users so far, but I do not think that he's stronger than Shanks.